Welcome Diecast fans, I'm Tom Spanners Watson.
And I'm Frankie Gibbs.
And welcome to Food Truck Fracas 2024.
We all know that food trucks are popular, but I reckon the vans could be a better option for serving food quicker. So today we're going to find out.
And what better time to do it than the first ever Echo City Food Festival.
We've even got the ambulance on standby in case anybody gets the runs.
So first up, we're going to race 4 vans against each other. They're going to be racing for points with the top 2 drivers moving on. Then it'll be time for the food trucks.
Now we are testing out a wide range of vans. First up we had that Toyota van. This time we've got the Rally Hauler. He's got lots of extra space to cram that extra food in. Then we've got the Dodge van. That thing's super quick. And then finally, we've got the first electric vehicle, and that's VW ID Buzz. That's going to be driven by Herman.
And we're going to be using our standard point scoring, which is 6 points for first place, 4 for second, 2 for third, 1 for fourth, and of course 0 for DNF. Let's crack into it.
Starting off on the front left, we've got Jerry. Behind him, we've got James in the hauler. Then we've got Herman in the VW in the front on the outside lane. He's followed up by Betty.
Jerry and Herman leading them down to the first corner. Betty slips past the outside and Jerry's gone. He gets absolutely punted off the track there by James in the hauler.
That was a brutal hit there from James.
Herman loses control. Here comes Betty. Betty slams into the side of the V-dub, gets the V-dub going. It's weird not having any engine noise with these electric vehicles, but Herman will claim the first victory and Betty's going to pick up second place, and I don't think the other two are going to finish.
Finish? I'm not even sure where Jerry went.
Let's have another look at that move there.
So Betty slipped around the outside and then Jerry just gets nailed in the back door by James, and then James fell over.
But at least 2 of the drivers made it through to the finish line, and weirdly both of them seem to spin as they cross the finish line.
Well, while the rescue team try to work out where the heck Jerry went, let's have a look at the scores. So Herman clocks up 6 to begin with, Betty 4, and the other 2 a big fat goose egg.
So good news, they found Jerry. The drivers are back at the start gate. They've rotated around, and now we've got Herman and Betty in the front row.
I wonder if Jerry's going to go for any sort of retribution on James there.
It looks like he's heading back, and down goes James.
There's some instant karma.
And down goes the V-dub of Herman.
It's just carnage out there.
We talked about this, Frank. It's chaos. Chaos, not carnage.
All right, sorry, my bad.
But congratulations, Betty keeps it together and takes the win, and it looks like Betty's going to be the only one to finish.
Some more big hits here. I'm not surprised the hauler fell over, but I was surprised with his V-dub. He just rode up the wall, but nice job from Betty here. Manages to find a hole and takes the win. Lifts her score to 10. Herman on 6, but it's still anybody's race with all those points up for grabs.
So this time we've got Betty on the inside left, James in the hauler on the outside right, and then we've got Herman and Jerry starting in the back row.
It looks like Betty's keen to get away from the chaos.
And down goes James yet again. It looks like he might have taken out the Toyota as well. We'll see if Jerry makes it to the finish line. But Betty is absolutely eating up the track. And look at that drift from the Dodge van through Big Kahuna Corner. A beautiful bit of driving there. And it looks like here comes Herman. Yeah, he's going to pick up second place and the only 2 to finish.
I had high hopes for that hauler. It's quite heavy, but obviously just a bit too top heavy, and he's just not liking these corners. But what a superb drift there from Betty. She absolutely nailed it.
And with the heat wave at the moment, the roads are opening up and it's causing a few of the cars to flip over. But Betty definitely moving through and Herman going through. There's no way the other 2 can qualify now.
So this is really just a fun run, and the 2 guys that can't make it through are in the front row.
Betty in the Dodge has definitely proven her worth. Herman, I think, has been a little bit lucky, but here goes the Toyota out in front. And whoa!
What the heck was that?
And James goes down again.
James is spending so much time on his back, he might as well start an OnlyFans.
And once again, Betty gets through all the chaos completely clean, and it's going to take her 3rd win in a row.
Look at that. Somehow Jerry kept going, and he's picked up 2nd place, and Herman's going to pick up 3rd.
I need to go back and have a look at those acrobatics from Jerry at that first turn again.
Oh, Jerry was coming in hot here. Look at that. He just flips, spins, gets it not only back on his wheels, but facing in the right direction. That's incredible. And then he managed to finish in 2nd place.
It was just an incredible maneuver. He spun around so many times, flipped on his lid, and managed to get back on his wheels, but it's not enough to help him. Congratulations, Betty and Herman. You're moving through with a score of 22 and 12, respectively.
Well, Herman's score wasn't that respectable, but you know what is respectable? The brand new Diecast Racing Chaos Canyon t-shirt available from chaoscanyonmerch.online. And for those of you who are in the winter, it's also available in long sleeve plus a hoodie. Check them out.
When you're hungry, you don't want watery, tasteless vegetables. And if you're serving food to friends, you want to make sure they enjoy the meal. That's why you want Pete's Farms peas. You want everybody to go away from your dinner party raving about the freshness, the bold taste, the penis. Pete's Farms, taste the penis. There was in fact quite the fracas with the vans. How are the food trucks going to do?
Well, first up for the food trucks, we got Granny driving the Granny's Muffins truck.
Mouthfuls are delicious.
And then making the trek all the way down from Canada is the crazy Canuck driving Pity the Food.
I hear his greasy Peter is quite a favourite of the Bogans.
And Hawthorne Sung, while there's a break in the Outlaws, is going to take his food truck out for a run, the Tates of Food.
Ah, home of the tube of goo.
And finally, rounding out the food trucks is the Tuck and Roll Sushi truck, driven by Salmonella.
I remember Mike Mays used to be a big fan of the sushi thick shake.
Oh, I miss old Mike. I wish he'd come back and race again.
I'm sure he'll be back someday. Alright, it's Tuck and Roll on the inside, Granny's Muffins on the outside. Salmonella get into the lead, but Granny ducks up the inside, gets pushed into the barrier. Looks like Pity the Food's gone down. Tates of Food chasing down Tuck and Roll here. Hawthorne Sung feeding at the jandal, tries to push up the inside. Looks like Salmonella blocking him out, but it's a battle all the way to the finish. And I think Hawthorne Sung might have just taken that out. And here comes Granny.
Wowzers, Granny coming in hot there. Looks like Granny might have overcompensated going into Bogan Alley. Pity the Food just on his own tour slams into the wall. I don't know what the crazy Canuck's doing. I suppose he's being crazy. But what a drive here from Hawthorne Sung and Salmonella right up the front. Right, Donny Brook all the way to the finish line. And I think Tates of Food might have just taken that out.
Let's just double check from another angle. And he does. Hawthorne Sung takes the win. Beautiful drive there.
And I don't know if Granny's got some sort of a beef with Tuck and Roll Sushi, but crikey, she gave it the beans there.
Hang on, why are the Bogans lining up there? He's not serving food, he's on his side.
I'm sure they're just helping to lighten the load so they can get the truck back on its wheels easier.
Right. Well, he's back on his wheels and he is in the outside lane in the front row this time. Next to him is Granny's Muffins on the inside. And then we've got Tuck and Roll and Tates of Food in the back row.
I wonder if Tuck and Roll are going to try and give Granny a tap.
Well, they've got a lot of ground to make up first. Granny is absolutely smoking out there. She must have left a batch of muffins in the oven because she is flying.
She's definitely given the beans to the old food truck. And look at that, she smoked in a 13.536 time. That's insane.
Some very impressive driving there from Granny as she takes a well-deserved win. And in fact, we had all 4 drivers finish, which is great. I was expecting these food trucks to fall over left, right, and centre.
Looks like Granny might have dropped some cooking oil out the back there based on how the crazy Canuck was driving. He ended up with quite a case of the spinny spins, but he did make it through to second place, and then it was a close battle for third and fourth.
So 2 races in, and it's pretty close. We've got Granny out in the lead, Hawthorne Sung right on her tail, but the other 2 well within contention.
And now we've got the crazy Canuck and Hawthorne Sung in the front row, Granny's Muffins and the Tuck and Roll truck in the back.
Well, crazy Canuck and Hawthorne Sung bumper to bumper there, and it's a tight bunch into Bogan Alley. Tuck and Roll spun out, and the 3 drivers now pushing into Petrol Head Corner, and they've got stuck. Here comes Tuck and Roll, and he can't free them. That is ridiculous.
I must say, I've never seen a 4-truck food truck sandwich before.
All right, we need to restart that race as we reset the drivers. Let's see if we can get them down to the finish line this time.
Well, it only needs one of them. I don't really care if all of them make it or not.
They're staying pretty bunched up as they head into Bogan Alley. Oh, spinny spins there for Pity the Food.
Wow, did you see that overtake by Salmonella and the Tuck and Roll Sushi truck? That was superb.
Can they hold on though?
Well, this is where he lost. Oh no, they're losing it again. Oh, it's absolute mayhem at the finish line.
And it looks like Granny's come out of that the worst, getting stuck, but what an overtake there.
It's really not often we see anybody overtake through that second dog leg. They usually wait till the straight afterwards, but holy heck, I thought Salmonella had done their chips right at the end there. She bouncing all over the track. But luckily for them, they made it. But I feel very sorry for Granny.
So Tuck and Roll and Tates of Food look like they're going to go through, but Granny has a slim chance. But is it going to work out in her favour?
It's going to be a tall order for Granny. She's got Tates of Food on the inside left and Tuck and Roll in front of her. She's going to need to do something pretty special if she's going to move on.
And there she goes. She's taken out Tates of Food by the look of it. Tuck and Roll blazes out to a huge lead here.
They just need to not spin out in the final straight.
They're looking good so far, and they'll take the win and move on to the next round. And that's Granny coming in second place and Pity the Food coming down for third. Tates of Food nowhere to be seen.
Granny's strategy here was clearly to take out the competition quite literally, and look at that, Tates of Food just pulls over to feed the hungry bogan.
And that was the ideal finish for Granny as she steps into second place, narrowly shutting out Hawthorne Sung. But congratulations Granny and Salmonella, you are moving through to represent the food trucks.
Wow, it really did turn into quite a fracas.
Alright, thanks very much for watching. I'm Tom Spanners Watson, he's Frank the Guru Gibbs. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Hi, this is Dave from Dave's Nut Shack. You like eating my nuts? Now tell your friends to eat them too with this awesome t-shirt available from chaoscanyonmerch.online. Dave's Nut Shack. Get them in your mouth today. Yeah.